Hi, thanks for purchasing this 1975 Sanyo Pachinko machine. This quick 10-minute video will show you everything you need to know to get it up and running as quickly as possible. We've also included a several-hour DVD with lots of tips and tricks and troubleshooting items on how to operate these mechanical machines. They have lots of levers and moving parts. So first, when there's no balls in the machine, and if you have balls here and you try and shoot and nothing's happening, that's because there is a little red piece of plastic inside of here that slides across and blocks the flow of balls until you add balls to the top supply tray and back. Once you add balls in the top, that will slide out of the way and then balls can flow into here. So the first thing we want to do is put balls in. So let's turn the machine around. And in shipment there's a couple things that may have happened, so I want to show you those. The first is this lever up here. Now on your machine it is just a metal lever right here, and on some Sanyos there's actually a piece of wire that goes across here. Basically what's happened is these are in the wrong position. In this position, when you pour balls in the machine, they will flow through, hit those levers, and then they will drain out this ball drain. So you have to lock these levers by either pulling on that wire or pushing on this piece of metal here, and they fell down in place. Now they are locked in place. The second thing is the one ball seesaw. Inside this round window here, there's a piece of plastic and it has two pachinko balls in it that act as counterweights. And this is the wrong position. It should be like this. When you get a jackpot, a ball will enter that seesaw, it'll pivot down, pay out your jackpot, then pivot back up. So to reset that, there is a knob below, a little white knob, and you're just going to push up on this knob, and as you push up you can kind of see that part moving. Okay, now it's in the correct position. In the wrong position, balls will back up in your machine, you'll never get paid jackpots, and then you can have other issues if you don't. So always check and make sure this is in the right position. Next we'll hook up the battery. So we wired this one to a 9-volt battery for you. You want to use something like a Energizer or a Duracell. Just connect this to the battery post, and when you do, one of the lights will come on. That light, the top light, which is red, means that there are no balls in the supply tray. Once we were to add balls, I'll simulate that, the light will go out. So when that light comes on and stays on, you need to fill the machine with balls. I just want to mention for folks who may have a Sanyo, right here often there is a little piece of plastic that pivots down into the track here, and it can block the flow of balls so balls won't get into the jackpot assembly. So if you're playing, it's not working, it could be because that plastic fork needs to be lifted up. Your machine actually doesn't have that, so you don't have to worry about that problem. So now we'll add balls to the top supply tray. They roll through these tracks, the lower track, and into the jackpot assembly, and the light went out. So now we'll put the bucket down at the bottom. You have two places where balls drain out of the machine, and so we have a couple of the support legs that we sell with a board across, and you're just going to set your bucket here. As you get a jackpot, the ball that went in the tulip or pocket will come out this hole and fall into the bucket, and any balls that you don't win will fall out this chute in here. And this is also the drain when you empty the machine. You should always empty the machine before you move it or pack it away. You don't want to lay it down with balls in the machine because then they can jam up in there. So now we're ready to play. Let's go ahead and turn it around. Okay, a couple things. Over here you have a lens, kind of a red or a dark amber on top. That's the one when you're out of balls that'll light up. This bottom yellow one here will flash when you get a jackpot. You have a nice pretty lens over here, but there's no bulb there, and there's no way to put one there. It's right where the supply tray is, and it's solid wood behind it, so there's no light here. You're only going to have these two lights here. To play pachinko, you pull down the flipper. This is your flipper. You'll pull it down towards the finger rest bar. So I put my finger under the finger rest bar, I grab the flipper with my thumb, pull down. Oh, you have to add balls to the play tray. The first time you shoot, first time you pull down, it'll be taking a ball and loading it into the shooter lane, so nothing will happen. But the next time we shoot, a ball will launch across the play field. Now this machine has this little round swing here, and the ball, when it hits it, if it hits it soft enough, it'll bounce back into the play field and ping off the nails and hopefully get into one of these pockets where you win. If you flip too hard, it could come all the way across, knock that swing out of the way, and then go down the foul lane and come back to you, and it doesn't count. And that was to discourage people from banging on the flipper too hard. We'll pull one down all the way. So what I did is I adjusted the spring so that even if you do pull it down all the way, it doesn't go down the foul lane. We can tighten the spring if you want, but you should be okay like this. So I'm going to pull down. I'm going to play a little bit and see if we get a jackpot. Okay, we got a ball to go into this tulip. Now when the tulips are open, if a ball goes in, they close. And if they're closed and a ball goes in, they open. These are just fixed pockets. No matter where the ball goes, any of these areas, you all get paid out the same number of balls, and the lights flash, and as the jackpot gets paid, the balls fall down and back and they bounce off a bell, which is the sound you hear. So we got some balls here. Now if you play a lot and this tray fills up and you need to empty it because maybe your red light came on and you need to fill up the supply tray, you got to get the balls out of here. You push this lever over to the left and the balls will flow from your play tray to your receiving tray. And sometimes if there's so many balls here, they'll get stuck. So what you have to do is you have to take your finger and loosen the weight of the balls so that they'll flow. Let's go ahead and try. Okay, nothing's happening. And it's not so much because of the weight, just how they're sitting there. So we'll just move the balls a little bit. And they flow down here. Now we can scoop them out in a bucket and fill up the back. Now when someone doesn't know how to play pachinko, they may come up here, put their whole hand on the flipper, and they may pull it down and slowly let up. And when they do that, there's not enough power in the spring to launch the ball in the playfield. So if they do that a few times, every time they do that, they're putting a ball in the shooter lane, but not shooting it. I'm going to do that. Okay, great. So I got a couple in there, so now when I pull back, one of two things will happen. Either there won't be enough power to push them all the way on the play field and they'll go up part way and roll back down, usually into your receiving tray, or if there's enough tension in the spring, it'll launch both of them on the play field. Yeah, it's not strong enough when you have too many balls, so they rolled up and they came back down. That's usually what happens. Okay, let's say someone who doesn't know puts something besides a pachinko ball in here and it enters into your shooter assembly and balls aren't able to flow. Maybe it's carpet fuzz, maybe they're picking up balls off the floor and carpet fuzz or something gets caught. Let's go ahead and open these doors so you can see how to clear any kind of jam real quickly. There is a wire here and you're going to lift up on that, and when you do, the playfield chrome door will pop open. This is the playfield door. It's also how you take out the plexiglass, which just lifts straight up if you need to take it out and clean it. Now you can get to the play tray door, and right here in this corner, right at the edge of the wood, there is a latch. You're going to push down on that latch, and when you push down, you can swing the play tray door open on its hinges. So push down. Oh, actually, that's a different model. This is a Sanyo. Sanyo flips down. So we'll push it, and it flips down, exposing the shooter assembly here. So if somehow some debris got in here, now you can fix it. Close-up of the shooter assembly. Here is that red part that slides across and blocks the flow of balls into the shooter assembly. It pivots like that, so when there's not enough balls, this will slide that way and block the flow. But if they put a marble in or something too big, now you could get in here and you could pull it out. Okay, that wraps up the basics for your machine. If you have any questions, check out that DVD or give us a call. Thanks so much.